India-Canada relationship. The developments of late in the past couple of days has not been good. So there has been some diplomatic fallout between both the countries, and I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon, and it's going to increase only in the next few days or months. So how does it impact the trade and specifically the IT industry? So I do not foresee any major impact apart from few people from US who travel to Canada, Indian origin people who travel to Canada to extend their visa or to renew their visa. um, there might be some kind of bullying or something happening as Indians travel over. So apart from that, there should not be much impact or anything that will harm specifically the IT industry, because Canada doesn't provide much of the business to the IT industry based in India. Most of the businesses come out of the US region. So during the Trump administration time, there was some initiatives by various US companies to set up locations in Canada, because some of the Indian people, critical Indian resources who were working for those US companies, were not getting visa extensions, or they were getting deported. So at that time, few of the companies, US companies, were planning to set up their nearshore office, as they call it, in Canada, and so that people can just roll over the border between US and Canada and work from Canada, because the time zones are similar, more or less, in US and Canada. So they saw that they would be able to work in the same time zone as in the US if they're working out of Canada. So most of the companies, as you would know, work on a follow the sun model, which means that work goes on 24 hours. That's why one of the important aspects why outsourcing started was that before US rises up or wakes up from their sleep, uh, India is about to close their day, and they would have the Indian people based out of Bangalore or Pune or Chennai or Noida. They would have done significant amount of work, uh, which would enable the American businesses to run, actually. So that was one of the reasons why this outsourcing model came up. And as more and more people started traveling to US and started settling down and getting their H1Bs and green cards done, they did not see much of an issue. But with the Trump administration coming in, there were some issues with visa renewals and people not getting extension on their visas to stay and work in US. So either they had to return back to their native land, India, or they had to find some other places around the globe where they could stay and work. One of the chosen places was Canada, where the US companies thought of setting up their nearshore offices, because, as I said, because of the same time zone and all that. But the offshoring continued to India and Vietnam and all those places where they could find cheap labors and all that. But the critical resources, the high skilled resources, or people who think they are high skilled, uh, you know what I mean. So they could jump over to Canada and stay there. But with the recent incident of diplomatic fallout between India and Canada, I don't specifically see any issues, because most of the plans to set up nearshore location in Canada has gone into cold storage. However, few people who had already moved during the Trump administration time from US to Canada are well settled, and I don't think there will be any kind of problems for Indians who are uh, already settled in Canada. But moving from India to Canada I am not too sure what is going to happen, but I do not foresee any major issue because Canada is a country which relies on immigrants. So they cannot stop the immigration process or bringing in people from other countries and making them settle in their country. But there might be some kind of local bullying or people trying to take advantage of the Indian people in bits and pieces and in pockets. That might happen, or maybe vandalizing some houses, some temples, or people being made to attend rallies and all that. That might happen forcefully, but no major impact, and no major impact I see in terms of the business and specifically to IT industry, because as I said, not much business comes out of the Canada region, though there are some companies which do IT kind of business with India, but I don't think they can close those outsourcing things overnight because of the diplomatic fallout. But even if they do over a longer period of time because of instructions from the Canadian government or something, it should not be a big problem for India, because the Indian IT industry market is now worldwide. So finding work in another country might not be difficult. But one thing is good, that Canadian authorities are saying that they are very uh, I mean, they are very efficient and they want to take care of Canadian citizens. So people, even if they are from Indian origin and they are well settled in Canada, they should not worry. And only thing is that the trade between India and Canada, specifically related to IT, though it will not hamper in any way, but only future can say what is going to happen. But in the current situation, I do not see major impact, because it's only government to government that is fighting the battle. So don't think there is going to be any impact on the industry or IT industry, or people or resources or workers as a whole. They cannot stop visas, and they cannot have stop their immigration process, because that's where Canada as a country they rely on. So that's how it's going to be. So let's keep our ears and eyes open over the developments for the next few days, few weeks and months. Hopefully things will turn out positive, because with this new India, they are not going to take it lightly. So they are going to match Canada for every step they are going to take. The Canadian government takes one step, and I'm sure the Indian government is going to match it, because that's how new India is shaping up. So that's what people are saying, the reporters are saying. So I hope that things settle down and peacefully, and people who have to earn their bread for their daily living are not affected. So that is the main important thing. And I think both the governments, Indian and the Canadian governments, are sympathetic towards common people. So they will not harm or try to harm or harm any of the people or their citizens. And I think they will take care of their people and citizens in an effective way. But again, as I said, there might be few fringe elements here and there, both in India and in Canada, who might try to harass and hamper in pockets and in bits and pieces. And I think both governments should uh, work out those things and handle those things very strictly, because the common people who have to earn their living and bread and butter through working day in and day out should not get affected at the end of the day. So but and whatever differences there may be between both the governments, diplomatically or otherwise, they should sort it out among themselves, because I do not foresee this problem to be going on forever. uh, Either side has to take because both sides has to take steps to calm it down and sit together and come to a resolution, because both sides, as it seems today, is accusing each other of doing the wrong thing. which maybe at this point of time is it's going on due to the heat of the moment, and because this Canadian decision came all of a sudden, and India was, I suppose, taken a little bit surprised. So but let's see how it goes, and hopefully things will go into a better shape going forward. But I do not see any harm to the common people or to the IT industry as such. So that's about it. We'll keep our eyes and ears open and see how this goes. Thank you, and until my next video, have a nice day, and let me know what you think or any comments in the comment section below. Thank you.